Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Poor Choices Sip and Chill. And today I'm sipping water. Yeah. So exciting. So exciting. I'm X-Ray Girl. And of course, this is Tugs. And we're here to talk about some drama.
No, some awful drama, but
Honestly,
you know what? It's been on the internet, and I feel bad for talking about it. And I'll do my Hail Marys later.
see, that's the funny part that I don't like when that happens, but if you put it on the internet, you're opening up your issues to everyone. So I think, especially when you're in the public, that we're allowed to talk about it because you put it there.
Yeah.
So, there's things like rumors, tabloids and whatnot. And there's things like from the horse's mouth. And we got it from the horse's mouth, essentially. So
kinda, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we're going to talk about the actual drama, but I think we want to concentrate more on kind of extrapolating the divorce to just normal people and kind of go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, this is just a stepping stone. With all the water, need to redo the intro. Aw, I guess we're not really poor choices anymore. We're just water choices.
Listen, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to keep on theme. I'm trying keeping this.
Yeah,
this
Tug, drink more for me. Drink more for me.
You guys send me money.
I'll drink in Vegas. How about that? I can definitely do that. Nightmare for $2 says, sorry for dog pilling you on Saturday, X-Ray. I've already forgotten what dog pilling you did.
It is spelled dog pilling.
Or do you mean dog piling?
I think he means dog piling. It's definitely spelled
because it could be either or. It could be either or. Dog pilling or dog piling. I might need you to just clarify because my goldfish brain does not remember. Thank you, Nightmare, for the $2 super chat. Ugh. Nothing wrong with not drinking. Absolutely. And Jason with the 5 Australian says, hi to the delightfully engaging X-Ray Girl and the jovial Tugs. Another great episode of Poor Choices underway. Thank you very much, Jason, for the super chat. And Nightmare meant pill. Like I said, I don't remember, so it's fine.
I'm also confused. What is dog pilling? What does that mean?
Let's just Google it. I don't know if I want to know.
Good luck. Godspeed to your internet.
So dog. Oh, see, it went for piling. Did I spell it right? I can't tell. Eyes look like. Oh, I did spell it right. Dog piling. What is dog pilling?
Yeah, X-Ray Girl is not red pilled. She's water pilled.
Oh yeah, all the water. I don't want to know.
I've had this glass of wine for like 3 hours.
Oh no! Now I remember. It's the fetishization of dogs.
Ew!
It's disgusting.
What?
That's a disgusting. It's disgusting. Don't want to talk about dog pilling because I have 2 baby dogs that I love so much that I definitely do not do that. Bleh! I'll eat them, but I won't dog pill them. Yeah, they did, and I forgot it. Okay, they did and tell me. So, anyways, all right. So, if you didn't know, last year, Hillary Crowder and Steven Crowder filed for divorce, and this video had leaked. And for those of you that do not remember, it's Hillary was pregnant, and they had a bit of a argument. And just so that you guys remember, if you don't, we'll just watch it quickly.
I love you. I love you very much. I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, just put on it, you go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. It's not fair, and it's disingenuous.
All right. So mean words were said, feelings were hurt, and it was very public. And that's unfortunate. I think that anytime a relationship ends, it's not I personally would want privacy. Like even when we break up with our exes, it takes a long time to even admit it to your friends and your family because the finality of it. So putting it out there in the public eye just seems like dirty. So yeah. And then recently Jared Monroe, a previous employee, has popped up alleging that he has been sued due to NDA. And now he used to work for Crowder back before 2020. I think he left on his own accord in 2019. I never really watched Crowder or watched the internet at that point, so I have no idea who this guy is. It seems pretty strange to bring it up this many years later. But at the same time, if you sign an NDA, contracts are signed at your own free will, which has been brought up many times, and you have to abide by it and basically read your contracts before you sign them is the biggest lesson I've learned anytime I've signed anything, because NDAs are pretty common. Like I sign NDAs working at hospitals because I'm working with very sensitive information. I'm sure you've signed NDAs given your work. Really? They never made you sign an NDA at all?
No, we've never signed an NDA, but we couldn't reveal. I mean, it's not an NDA though. It wasn't an NDA. Not technically, not the way we think of it. It was more of like we are handling personal information and
privacy.
We can't reveal it, right? It was a privacy thing. It wasn't an NDA. Like I could not talk about it.
Okay, so then
I went home and it was like, bro. But
technically, it's probably around the same thing because I don't consider my thing an NDA, but in legal terms, it's very similar to it because there are massive repercussions if you talk about hospital patients' identity. Like I remember one of the first things you learn is you can't go be like, oh my God, that 600-pound blonde lady that's white on Facebook that was working at or that came into my hospital at. I'm trying to think of like some generic hospital and she was a disgusting person or something like that. And you're like, okay, that's like pretty telltaling of who that person is. So yes.
Yeah. I think probably more HIPAA. I don't know what ours isn't HIPAA either because I didn't deal with patients or clients, but it was more like I could run people's license plates. And so I knew things like that because I worked for the police department. So it was that kind of a privacy thing. So I don't know if that falls under HIPAA or not, but it's definitely not an NDA, not an NDA.
It's it doesn't fall under HIPAA, but it's I don't know because it's police.
Probably something similar, whatever the similarity is with just general private information that would be, but
yeah. So I feel like the internet kind of blew up because of that, because now we're getting a lot of he said, she said, and yelling at each other. And this infighting is I call it very distracting from bigger problems, because realistically, we shouldn't be involved in their divorce. And I feel so bad for the kids that
no kidding,
that are gonna one day just look at the internet, because I just googled Steven Crowder and wife and that video came up right away. Like that's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. So this was released today in response to Jared's video about him being sued, and he released a thread of just information about Hillary, which I have a hard time deciding who I want to believe.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm on the kids' side because they didn't choose their parents.
Yeah.
And
it's just so messy.
Yeah. As someone who,
so messy.
as a child, like both of us are technically kids of divorce. Mind you, you probably had it more in a pivotal time in your life than me, who was an adult. And your parents were cordial, right? For the most part?
No, absolutely not. No.
No! Oh, no. So then you kind of understand this whole
Mhm.
distaste for this fighting, because every parent or every kid wants a two-parent household. They want
Yeah.
that. It's more love to be had. Why would you only stick with one? So yeah. LDT says kick Gerald. I don't know anything about him, so
I'm watching the chat. I just kind of watching the chat a little bit. Everybody seems to be anti-Crowders. They're not necessarily on Hillary's side, but they're definitely not happy with Crowder.
okay, let's just I'm gonna put a poll up officially. Whose side are you on? Steven, Hillary, no one, and then we'll put unsure. Okay, so this is from Gerald. Per Hillary's father in Hillary's group text thread, here's a message liked by Hillary. The extortion scheme involved assembling a team to destabilize Stephen. So highlighted here, this was from 2022, September, I believe. Fully understand and agree that Hillary's goals and expectations for the outcome of this divorce are reasonable and attainable by employing a media / Brian Friedman and PR strategy that will significantly threaten his public persona and brand. So that, to me, tells me you've been planning this for a very long time. Which makes
she's
me
had a year.
well, for the divorce, and then where we are now, it's been almost a year and a half, close to 2 years.
Mhm.
And this whole thing with Jared coming up out of nowhere, it just seems so interesting, the timing, you know?
Mm.
And I promise you, girls are devious at the same time. And when you bring in lawyers, even crazier. So they wanted to destabilize him. And I think the worst part about this is no matter what, he is still the father of your kids. He is bringing the income that pays for you, that pays for your kids. So why do you want to do that? Are you that hurt that you're going to take him down that bad?
Maybe. I mean, if he's as abusive as she says he is.
But even
that's
if it's
true.
abuse, like if it is true, you're hurting your kids in the end by taking away the money that he makes.
He's going to take it away anyway. He's got to pay child support. He makes millions of dollars. $25,000 a month is nothing to him. I'm sorry, but it's not.
Yeah.
And she's going to be paying her lawyers that and then some, trying to get custody of the kids. I'm just saying. Just to counter.
What's interesting is I know there was a tweet about the lawyers here. So in Texas, all divorce-related attorneys are paid by the estate. Stephen's the only one actively contributing to the estate. So technically, Stephen is paying for Hillary's lawyer.
I think Lauren countered that. Where's the quote tweet on that? I saw that. I didn't read what she said though. She was like, "That's not true. It's actually this." But I'm not a lawyer in Texas, so I honestly don't know.
I'm not sure either. And this is just hearsay at this point. I'm not even American. But either way, Hillary doesn't have a job, from my understanding. So who is paying for the legal fees? I'm not.
Let's see.
100% sure on that. So if anyone's in Texas and knows about marriage laws and divorce, please let us know. Please let us know.
It says the decision in Texas is just like most cases. Who pays the divorce attorney fees is made by the family law judge on a case-by-case basis. In some divorce cases, each party pays their own. In other cases, one spouse will be ordered to pay all or part of their ex's attorney fees. In this article, blah, blah, blah. How do they judge? Texas is a community property state, which means all assets and debt belong to both spouses until the divorce is finalized. This includes attorney fees, which are also subject to, quote, just and right division between the parties. So there you
I didn't understand any of that. I'm not gonna lie.
go. So everything, it's a community property state. So you and your spouse own everything, and debt belongs to both of you. So when you get divorced, the attorney fees are subject to division between the parties. So that means instead of one person paying for the fees, you both pay the fees.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she probably gets alimony, so he's still paying for it.
Yeah. And then the judge can change that depending on how nitty gritty they want to. It goes further. It's like if one spouse acts in quote bad faith or displays vexatious, that's a big word, behavior, the judge could order
Vexatious.
him
I
or
like
her
the
to pay
sounds
the
of
other
that.
spouse's fees. So it just depends. But it looks like at the base level, it's a community property state. So pay your own
Mhm.
fees, suckers.
So, in February 17th, 2023, Hillary and Jared met in Atlanta to discuss their strategy and took this picture. All right. So she says, I have tickets for the aquarium at 2 p.m. We'll pick you all up at the airport. Figured we could take you and check you in at the hotel if you wanted and grab food before getting to the fish. So I guess there they are. So a year ago, they met. For what reason? To take him down, I think. This is like Gossip Girl level takedown, in all honesty. It feels like that. It feels like that. Psychotic Mongoose member for 5 months says, good night, X-Ray and Tugs. Have fun. Have a very good night. And thank you for being here. Thank you. Darian. I feel like Darian might know a lot about this. Crowder's paying her legal fees. Tim Pool is covering this and just went over this. Well, there we go. So
There we go.
all right. So in February 20th, 2023, per Jared's text, any scenario where Hillary and I team up is the end of Steven. It's his worst nightmare. Watch the real fear enter his eyes when Tim asks the question. Do you think that these are just two people? I think that these are just two people scorned and will do anything to exact revenge.
I mean, he's not. I mean, listen, I never trust stuff like this. Who knows where these screenshots, the order they come from, this, that, and the other. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But in this situation, I mean, if this is Jared saying this, he's correct. Because Jared Monroe has the insight. He has the inside. He's not the only one that's mentioned. Crowder is very well known for burning bridges and pissing people off and being just nasty to people over the whatever career he came from nothing, and yet somehow he thinks is better than everyone else. So yeah, when you have somebody that's worked that closely with you and your wife who was there when you were nothing and knows all the ins and outs, like that's how you destroy somebody. Like,
well, that is fair. They probably could be his worst nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also like, my other thing is too, I think about when I'm with friends of mine back in the day, things like that, where you're so mad or you're so hurt and you're texting back and forth, you're on the phone back and forth, and you're like, I'll kill him, I'm going to ruin his life, I'm going to do all this stuff, or her life, or whatever. We've all said stuff, right? So is this legit? What they're planning on doing? Is it a scheme? Is it not a scheme? Is it venting like I was scorned and I'm going to talk about it to you and we're going to team up because this is bullshit and blah, blah, blah? Or is this, and we're going to really take him down like the villains and whatnot? Or is this, I'm hurt, I'm mad, I need somebody to vent to, and Jared's like, you know what? I'm also pissed off and I need somebody to vent to. I don't know. We weren't there. It's a mutually assured thing, but is it the plan to begin with? Are they actually being schemy, or are they comparing notes? Is that schemy because they're comparing notes? I don't know.
I think that you do bring up a good point, and then maybe they do need to vent. I'm just trying to empathize their situation. If this was actually innocent, which I'm not sure. Of course, they never really definitively said it. It seems shady given what is happening and the timing. on their end, and Jared
Mhm.
and Hillary's end. And I mean, I'm not defending Crowder by any means, but dude, I wish this was kept super quiet. No one,
The one hand of me is like, listen, when you act like an asshole, you're gonna get your just desserts at some
uh-huh,
point, right? So
uh-huh.
I have like no sympathy for this guy because that's what you get for treating people the way you treat them. And it's not just his wife, it's not just Jared. Like, if you research it, there's so many people, and maybe it's people who worked with him that he was nice to would disagree, but there's a lot of burned bridges that comes with Crowder. He's well known for it, and eventually it's going to catch up to you. Do I agree with the scheming? I don't know. I'm not married to him. I have no idea what he put her through or didn't put her through. I don't know. My thing is if it's as bad as Jared is saying it is, why not go? Who cares about the NDA? Why do you care about the NDA so much? Why does the leash matter? If it's as bad as you say it is, and this man is a monster, and all of these things, or whatever it is you're saying, then why? Like this next one you're going to bring up, why don't you go to the police, or why don't you spill it all out? Why does the NDA matter at that point? He's suing you anyway. Who cares?
That's the crazy part is like, if you felt unsafe with him, there were a ton of things to do in between. And that, like, I never want to fault a victim if you are actually a victim. And I understand that feeling that you don't have a choice, you know? But it is 2024. Hashtag me too. There is a lot of power in women, and we've seen it. But at the same time, you got to bring the receipts in the correct way. I think that I don't know if one of these tweets have it, but allegedly Hillary deleted thousands of hours of the Ring camera.
Yeah, I did read somebody replied about that.
And
I don't know enough about that particular situation.
So I always have a problem when people leak DMs and they blank things out, because it's like, what was that DM? What was that said? Why are you hiding it? It might give context. So it's the same thing with video. If you edit video, the beginning and end, truncate it, what happened before or after to lead up to that point, or what happened after? Was there maybe a resolution? I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Or did Hillary do something to incite it? Or was it Crowder? We don't know. So big problem with people who, sorry, I hear like the loudest beep ever. I have a, sorry, I got distracted. I have a big problem who leak, people who leak DMs and then create a narrative for themselves just to make them look better. So, yeah. Jonathan, that's what I'm thinking. Sounds like she deleted everything that made her look bad.
Could be.
We'll never know. We'll never know. So Gerald says here, February 21st, 2023, Jared to Hillary. I think there's a scenario where several of us would be willing to attest to all of that. I just don't want him anywhere near those kids. That really disturbs me. Well, if you were worried about the kids, as you said, why didn't you go to the police? Why didn't you go to child services?
Yeah. Also, I love how whoever cropped this text chain, I don't know if it was Crowder's team or if it was the attorneys or whatever. What's the rest of this conversation? Whose kids? I'm assuming her kids, but is she talking about her kids?
I believe it's
talking
her
about
kids
in general. What do you mean? Attest to what? Willing to attest to all that. That's weird context that's oddly left out, like an example. Where's this context in this screenshot of this text thread? Willing to attest to all of what? He gives them bananas and they're allergic, and he laughs as they swell up. What attest to what? I want to know what. You know what I mean? Why is that cropped?
If you're putting out the information, I want to know it all.
Attest to what? If you're going to put it out there, what? She doesn't want him around her kids. Well, that could be a 50-50 shot. What does that mean? Attest to what? You know what I mean? Like,
I think
that's
both
concerning.
parties. I have a feeling both parties are probably either neglecting or abusive or both.
Mhm.
And they clearly don't have good communication. That's obvious. So, this whole scheme was to maximize profits that she couldn't get through the courts. So she wanted more money. And girl, if $25K a month is more than enough. Like rent on a good apartment or house could be what, $3K? And the rest you can spend on anything and everything else, food, all that, maybe daycare if you need it. That's like, wait, am I hearing something?
I heard it too. Was it me? Did I do something? I don't think so.
Oh, it's me. I was like, who is that? All right. So, I got distracted yet again. Where were we? How do we even know these texts are real? I think they're court documents.
I think they're in the court documents. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if this was really a crime, why did this go to police 2 years ago? Well, right. Exactly. I mean, I could see why she didn't go to the police, considering she was married to the guy. There's so many women out there that won't go to the police for abuse or whatever is going on here. We're just going to go to the worst of it because that's what it sounds like. I know why the woman wouldn't go, why the wife wouldn't go. But if Jared is attesting to all of that and she doesn't want him around the kids, also insinuating there's a possible abuse situation going, then why do you care so much about your NDA? I don't understand. Maybe 5 years ago when you first left and you were like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Brian's bringing up a point here. I don't want you around the kids because they think they'll pit the kids against the other parent. Parents do this in divorces. I remember you talking about
that's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen anyway. And it's already started. I guarantee you.
Oh,
I would bet my entire
your dad is
savings
horrible.
I would bet you my entire savings account I have right now that Crowder is shit talking his mom, and he's loud. This is why he's called Louder with Crowder. He's probably on the phone. He's probably makes underhanded comments when he sees the kids, if he's seeing them right now, which I'm sure he is. Whatever their situation is now with the kids. Oh, I guarantee it. And I'm sure that she's said stuff too. There's no way that that's already not happening. But to me, that's not what that sounds like to me. Just as somebody who grew up around law enforcement and whatnot, like that sounds like she doesn't want him around the kids for other reasons. I mean, it could be, but that's already happening anyway. That happens with 99.99% of divorces. So that's right. You don't need to bring that up. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it could be, but I don't think so. Of course, it could be nothing too. It could be like he does everything and all he does is feed them sugar and they're just, it's terrible. And Jared
Sugar
could be
is
like,
not
I can
illegal.
attest to all that too. All he did was Louder with Crowder was feed us all sugar. We all got diabetes. It could be something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And what she says in these texts is the financial offer was serious and the business evaluator and both my attorneys agreed that the financial offer was good. $5 million, I guess.
That
But
was the offer, I think, originally.
When it came to the children, his offer was I get all of June, some of July, 2 weeks in August, and a week in the fall up north. And while that's better than what I would get in court, I want more freedom than that. That's asking for a lot. I don't know. I think I like the idea of 50-50.
I was trying to find out what the 5 million was for. I couldn't find out on the Twitters.
Yeah. But either way, it sounds like she had a good offer. And from her text, it sounds like she thought she had a good offer. And yet she wants more. How feminist of a thing to say. You're still giving me quite a bit. I still want more. And I said this a couple weeks ago. You can live off 3 million and live off the dividends of 3 million. 5 million, you're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so selfish to want more.
I think I saw something, we'll probably get there, but Lauren Southern said something about that was the original settlement, but then he wanted full custody and she was like, no, kind of thing. And so that's where that went from, but I don't know if that's the direct dot to it. We'll have to see when we get there, but
yeah, so
but it does sound bad. Yeah, it's definitely, I would agree, that sounds pretty bad. Although Again, he's worth millions. YOLO!
Yeah.
Playing devil's advocate here.
I think
But
all of
I
them
mean,
should just concede and do 50-50. Like, saying you want 100% custody of the kids, it's like, kids still need both their parents. It might suck for the first couple of
yeah.
years while you're upset at each other, but it's better to be civil than this crap. Because, like I said, you Google Crowder, you're gonna get some of this stuff in there, and this is nasty. It's absolutely nasty. Per Hillary's father to Hillary and other family in group text, the longer the divorce proceedings go on, the worst outcome for SC, which is Steven Crowder.
That's not necessarily true. That to me sounds like a dad just being petty for his daughter.
All spends money the longer it goes out, though.
It's what?
He spends more money.
Well, yeah, the money wise, that's really. I mean, it doesn't necessarily means that the outcome is going to be worse either.
Like,
I don't know why.
This makes me think of Britney Spears when she was trying to get her get out of her conservatorship. She was paying for both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been pro Britney to do her own thing. She's been definitely crazy, but at the same time, you're in America, baby. You should be allowed to have freedoms. So, that's a part of it. She didn't need it. I definitely think she needs guidance, though, in the world. Maybe a social media manager. But anyways. Remember the ring footage. Oh, here we go. Hillary deleted all other footage from the house and the Lake residence, which was expressly barred by the court. So the highlighted area says Mrs. Crowder was intentionally deleting all other footage that depicted the marital home, as well as all footage from their vacation lake residence while under express orders from the court, barring such actions. And that line to me makes me think, okay, should being devious. What's in those?
You know what the true crime person in me, the criminal investigation person in me, and maybe this information is out there somewhere, but just reading this, I don't know, because it is what it is. How do we know she did it? How do we know he didn't log into her account and do it? How do we know
it wasn't her fault? Wouldn't she?
I mean, she's probably gonna say that anyway. She might have, I don't know. But how do we know she did it? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know she did it? Well, her initials were on it. Okay. He could have logged in under her account and done it. The maid could have logged in under her account and done it. I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just saying, but how do you know? These are the questions that plague me. How do you know she did it? How do you know it wasn't the maid? How do you know it wasn't his lawyer? How do you know
there's
it wasn't
a ring cam? Literally, there's a ring cam that can
Yeah.
videotape you deleting it too. Who knows?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
There's.
I mean, ours is on the app, right? Ours is on the
Yeah.
app, and so I'm logged in, and I have an account, and he has an account, but it's the same ring, so we could both view and whatever. So if I delete something or save something, I don't know if it saves these records. I'm sure it does, but I've never looked. It'll say, my name saved this footage or removed this footage or opened the live cam or whatever, and vice versa. Okay, cool. But he also has my password and I have his. So if I was feeling vindictive, I could very easily log in under his account and delete all the footage. Do you see where I'm going with this? How do they know?
Now, if these are court documents, they hopefully are truthful. This is what
but it could
go
be,
on right now. Could be truthful. We don't know. There are what's the word for it? Forensic IT specialists that can figure this stuff out, like basically like hackers. So maybe there's like a digital trace. And I don't think Hillary or Steven are those types of people that can hack into things beyond just logging onto each other's phone. Like password.
So if he knows her password, that's my I mean, the attorneys and stuff, I mean, unless they're investigating, they're having forensic people pull up the deleted footage, which is they can most likely do. So it may come out later. But how do you know she did it herself? You know what I mean? But that's where my argument's going. It's like, okay, I believe you because you're putting it in this lawyer document, but also the prosecution is going to be like, yeah, but how do we know it was actually
here?
And that's doubt. That's reasonable doubt.
This is a good point because Alpha and Darian brought this up. I think she did it because it benefits her. For him to delete stuff and leave only the stuff that makes him look bad would be a huge gamble, especially when you considered how one-sided family court is. Which that video that leaked is not very good for Crowder.
No, and you're right, Darian. I completely agree. And yes, if she did delete stuff, then that's exactly what happened. Playing devil's advocate again, though, what if the stuff she deleted, or if he deleted it under her name, let's go with that too, is worse than what we saw? What if the videos are him hitting her? What if the videos are him dragging a kid around the house? Whatever, right? So then you delete the worst videos and then you leave the ones that, yeah, still make you look like an asshole, but at least it's not me like yanking my kid's arm, fueling God. I'm just saying, reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. Playing devil's advocate. But if she deleted them, she really truly did, then that's exactly why she did it. Because there's fights on her. Maybe she smacks them around or they get into it. Who knows?
Or she eggs him on. Who knows for sure? We'll never know. RIP ring cam footage.
Unless they can recover it, which is it's very possible.
I mean, I'm sure if the courts wanted to, they probably, depends on when those happen too. If it was 1 or 2 days after the deletion, there's that cache folder on servers sometimes that they hold on to stuff. But then if it was like months later, sorry, that gets deleted pretty much like at least on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and I don't know how long ring, and you might have to be a certain member for it to be kept a certain amount of time. There's all sorts of things. I don't know. It might be 30 days. It might be 2 days. And who knows?
Yeah. And still, I'm for the kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
bottom line.
Gerald says here, you may have seen these public claims about hardships. Fact, Hillary is paid $25K a month from Steven. I also
as like an allowance.
What does that mean? That's, I think the court made him, or maybe it was in a prenup. I'm not sure. I also think that she if I were her, I wouldn't want to be linked to Crowder. I would change my last name to my maiden name. I think that it seems a bit odd to still keep it. And she's not a public figure in any way besides being married to Steven, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this Twitter, she started February 2024 and has the name Hillary Crowder.
On the top?
On both her like handle and her name. Which I don't know. I wouldn't want to be associated with my ex, but that's just me.
I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of women. My mom never changed her last name because she wanted the same last name as the kids, as us. There's so many women that don't change their last names.
You bring up a good point there. I see that. Because it would be too hard to change your kids' names.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows if it's for that? But my first thought goes, clout. I don't know. Oh my God, Brian's like, what if her last name was Clinton? Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be a Clinton. So I guess she's looking for work now. So she's seeking opportunities, looking for work that is remote with flexibility. I'm open to anything, particularly work that will allow for me to be present at home with the twins. Thank you in advance to anyone that's willing to help me in pursuit by sharing this post. I look forward to bringing my diligence, hard work ethic, creativity, and ability to think outside the box into whatever work environment I end up in. And she puts her LinkedIn and her email. And yeah, I don't know. We are on Crowder still. Yes. So good for her. Hey, if I was making $25K a month, I wouldn't look for work, to be honest.
I mean, I don't have children, so I don't know.
They're not that expensive that you go through 25K a month.
That may be her like, he doesn't specify what that is though. Oh, here it is. The judge in the divorce. There it is. I'm like, what is that? There's a second picture. There it is.
Okay.
Louder with Crowder has to pay me $25,000 per month. Temporary order. It's temporary.
During the duration of the divorce, Steven tried to reduce that amount but was unsuccessful. I can barely pay my divorce attorneys, let alone attorneys in this litigation with that amount.
So she has to pay her attorneys. So they split that, it sounds like, anyway, according to this anyway. And that may have changed. I don't know. But yeah, $25,000 is definitely not going to cover the divorce attorney for this shenanigans. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And also, is that $25,000 a month before or after taxes?
It's before taxes. You always get taxed, okay? Like, no matter what. You know that. You're a Texan girl now.
Hey, let's see. What are the taxes on $25,000? No, not a year. Like if I was to give you $25,000.
25. So then check for 300,000.
Oh, 300,000.
Because 300,000 is what she would make in a year.
300. So that leaves you with $17,618 per month.
Okay.
Yeah.
17 times 12. So you would be left with 204,000.
Yeah. 17,000 per month. I don't know. I don't have children. I don't know how old they are. I don't know what they're. I mean, I know they're expensive. I don't know that they're that expensive. I highly doubt that.
He says 0. She has no taxes taken out. Really?
Why would she not have taxes taken out? I mean, if I was Crowder, I would not send it to her, like, because you can't. Well, I mean, I don't know what Texas is like, but in Nevada, if it was anything over $2,000, yeah, you had to put it as taxable income.
The government always wants their piece.
Taxable income. You can gift up to $2,000. So if I was giving you $4,000, I would have to give it in $2,000 increments. Otherwise, I would have to put it as taxable income.
J.H. Swalbach says Crowder gets charged the tax. This is after income. Okay. If you believe it, then I will tend to believe you, because I don't know anything about American taxing, divorce laws, all that. Yeah. God. Yeah. All the conservatives are fighting at this rate.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then Hillary hired entertainment superstar lawyer Brian Friedman as part of her PR attack against Stephen. I don't know who this Brian Friedman is, but apparently popular.
It's not alimony, Jonathan. The divorce is not final. You don't get that.
If you go back
or child support until the it's a temporary.
He has to pay during the duration of the divorce. So
alimony and child support don't officially kick in until it's finalized and everything is done. Fun fact. Just a fun fact, everybody. So the judge may order you, like in this case, to pay something during the proceedings,
just to support her.
Yeah.
CJ, I wonder if he'll still be against the red pill movement after the latest results. Yeah, I don't think he would be, honestly. I mean, he's very soured from this whole ordeal. I'm sure I would be if I was in his shoes. Regardless of what happened prior to have planned attacks, I guess, at this rate, it seems very manipulative. And I don't like that. I don't like the idea of people manipulating each other like this. Here, J.H. Swalbach. You must be an accountant because you know this. This is family income. Crowder pays the taxes as income, so it's been taxed already. Plus, Crowder cannot write it off on his taxes.
That is correct. He cannot write it off on account. That is correct.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you,
That
J.H.
is correct. Yeah, you would have to be. So if I was giving you $4,000, if I gave you all the $4,000 at once, you would have to put it as taxable income.
Yeah. Nightmare says, this is why I don't trust the TradCon BoomerCon grift. BoomerCon. What the heck? See, I like the idea of traditional conservatives, but at the same time, like where myself and Tugs kind of fall, or at least I'll talk about myself. I'm kind of in the middle of everything. I'm not conservative. I'm not red pill. I'm not liberal. I want to think about the most logical thing to do in these situations, because it's which is to be private and protect your kids. But that's not exactly happening, and I think that we can all learn from this situation. which is essentially don't leak DMs, don't leak videos, don't attack people. This is still the father of your child and the mother of your child. You should respect them. You put your cojones together to make a kid. Where was the love?
That's fair.
Where is the love? So
Where is the love?
yeah,
Where
Gary's
is the
BoomerCon.
love?
Is that what a BoomerCon means?
I have no
Oh.
idea.
Jay Schwalbuck really wants me. Okay, so we'll take a pause for a moment. I'm gonna read some super chats. Jay Schwalbuck for $52. What does Quarter Black say? He was Crowder's boy toy for a long time. Is he ashamed of their forbidden love? P.S. Heading to
Oh.
Australia for a month. That's why I'm not in Vegas. Change it back to August. That's up to Gary. He wanted to do it during
Oh,
CinemaCon. And it's actually a little cooler in April, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
because,
August.
oh
Listen.
my God.
Listen, to the one meetup I went to, the very first one that was still in August, the
was
last one I
dying.
guess, that was still in August. Not only were we all hot, which well, I live there, but I can handle it. But some of y'all, and I don't know any names, but if you know, you know. Some of y'all at the meetup collapsed because you were hot and you were drinking and you didn't have any damn water.
Wasn't
Settle
me.
your tits. Okay? Some
My
of
tits
y'all
are settled.
absolutely keeled over. And Gary was like, I don't know if that's actually why he did his decision, but I would imagine that had something to do with it.
I'm sure Gary
'Cause
went
y'all
up
don't drink
and
water.
made sure that person was okay. Ugh. But yeah, thank you, Jay Schwalbuck, for the $52.
Have fun in Australia. I'm so sad.
Yeah, I'm jelly. Jason Webster for 5 says divorce is very
Mhm.
hard, painful process to go through for all concerned, especially children. It's honestly the worst
Yeah.
for the children because they get a curated story from mom and dad. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's pleasant. It's like mom and dad just don't want to be together anymore, or whatever version of that, or they suck, which is the worst alternative.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
Yep.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like for those kids. Jason Webster for 5 says, when I get married, I will love her wholeheartedly and she'll mean everything to me.
Aw.
My commitment will be strong and I treat her as my equal, my queen. Oh my God. I think, are
Aw.
there any women here that are from Australia and want to be Jason's queen? Should we
No
do?
kidding.
Those were beautiful words.
Poor choices bachelor edition.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And guys, he has an Australian accent. I'm just assuming, but I don't know. And like, I do like me a good Aussie accent.
Mhm.
Oh my God. What's your favorite accent again, Tugs?
I like the
feel like it's
Scottish and
fun.
Irish accents. Those are
And
my
Southern.
favorite. Oh yeah, the Southern, the cowboy drawl. Yep.
Southeastern Kaiju for 2 says, how did their relationship go nuclear so fast? I feel
It
like it's
didn't.
always been like that.
It did not. It's been like this for years. 1 year, maybe 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, all 10 years, who knows? But it's been like this for a very long time. And whatever happened to make it go is whatever happened. Somebody threw the last little bit of fire on the flame and it went.
Yeah.
But it's been like this for years.
I think, God, on both of their parts, every person can be insane in a relationship. It just takes the right impetus to make it happen. And apparently them two being together and maybe being in the media is probably a big part of it.
Mhm.
Who knows? I don't know Crowder. I definitely don't know Hillary. But I think they were together before he was even famous, right?
Yeah.
From my understanding. So
Mhm.
maybe people changed. Who knows? There's been a lot of males that are out there that when they reach that level, like they really do change. Their tastes change, and the person who they are is not the same as when they met. So, and in females too. In females too. So, who freaking knows? But I am sad. Every breakup sucks. What is this here? You highlighted it.
Vegas is cheap in August. He's not wrong. It is very cheap in August. Plus, the heat will make a man out of you. Also true.
I
Or
don't
it'll
want to
put
be
you in the
trans.
hospital.
Jay Schwalbuck, I'm never going to Vegas in August. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to all of a sudden have a pee-pee. You know, I'm a whole. Okay, I'm okay with that.
It is cheap in August, though. If y'all want to go to Vegas, go in August. It's to make sure to drink water for the love of God. And no, tequila does not have water in it. I mean, it does, but not enough water.
You dehydrate more than hydrate drinking tequila. Yeah. It could be cool inside, but when you go outside, it's like that air hits you, that hot air. Oh
yeah. At least it's not humid. I mean, it could be worse. Can you imagine 120-degree weather in August and the humidity? Ooh, we would all die.
Thank you. No, thank you. All right, let's get back to this sad story.
I think the rest of this, isn't it just the legal stuff? Like lawyers and bills?
Yes. Oh, I chose the wrong screen anyways. The window. All right. To the wall. To the sweat drop down. Okay, are we ready for this? All right. So now we're getting into some conservative infighting. Rawr. Because I assume most of these people are conservative, to be honest. I don't know. So let's go back here a bit so that we get what is happening. All right. So Crowder says 25K. So Lauren says, yes, he's launched extraordinarily litigious lawsuits against her family that she cannot afford because she quit her job to be a stay-at-home mom. He also then went for full custody of the kids, but thankfully she was awarded some funds to prevent herself from being homeless and having her children taken. If you understood
that's the 25K.
If you understood how much he's spending on lawyers, you'd know she's spending every cent of that defending herself. Should stay-at-home wives be able to have their children taken from them and left homeless if their husband is extremely wealthy, or should they be given a sliver of money from their husbands to spend on lawyers to defend themselves? Now, she does bring up good points. If Crowder came from nothing and became this with Hillary, and her being a stay-at-home person, wife, mom, all that, you know, she gave up her career to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
I can see why the 25K is very useful.
Yeah, well, and she was, I just Googled it because I was like, what did she do before? She was a sales manager. That's pretty good money. And an interior decorator. And depending on how good you are, also could be good money. So she was making good money. And I found out through reading replies and everything, because I don't know the history of them. I don't know, whatever. He literally was like, listen, I want to do this Louder with Crowder thing. I want to be a person that, whatever it was, he told her his dreams were and blah, blah. And so she was like, okay, I'll quit my job. I will stay home so that you can pursue this. Absolutely. I agree. So she literally, when people say that she quit, she did. Like, and he asked her to, kind of, you know, in a way, which is fine. Hey, absolutely.
This got community noted. Steve Crowder's not paying Hillary Crowder's 25K in child support. The divorce case has not been finalized yet. This amount of money is being paid to Hillary by Louder with Crowder as part of their separate lawsuit, and only until the divorce is finalized, according to the quoted tweet.
Yeah. Did she say please doing it in child support? Or is it on? Is it community note hers? Oh, Tim Pools. Okay, I was like, who is it community noting? Yeah. It's not child support. I know law is hard for all of us. I am here for you, but can we at least please be right about some things here? It's not child support.
Nick, if we're talking about 25K, it is not a sliver of money, but if you do put it in the context of lawyer fees,
attorneys, yeah.
So I had to hire a lawyer, and for an hour consultation, it hurt. Let's just say it hurt.
Let's see, average divorce lawyer cost.
Oh, but this is of the wealthy divorce. That's going to be different.
Well, okay. So yeah. So take this because they're richer, so they're gonna want to choose and probably will choose, more high end, like the O.J. Simpson lawyers. Okay, those kind of guys, the big wigs. But Texas divorce lawyers can charge an average minimum of $206 per hour and an average maximum of $320. Average total costs for Texas divorce lawyers are between 11 grand and 13 grand, but fees are usually lower in cases with no contested issues. With no
That's
contested
no
issues.
contested. This is contested though. Very contested.
So at a minimum, she's at 11 grand. And I don't know if that's per hour, if that's the cut. And that's just for
it's multiple
normal
things.
divorce
So
lawyer.
there's if they have
Yeah,
to
the
do
lawyers are
any
like-
research, compiling evidence, they also have to actually be present during court proceedings, consultation. There's a lot of things lawyers do. But
it
yes,
gets even
they be
better.
rubbing their hands.
Oh yeah, it gets even better. Without children, the average cost of a divorce as a whole in Texas without children is $15,600, around there. If there are children involved, the average cost of a divorce rises to $23,500. This ranks Texas 5th in the country in terms of divorce costs. Damn.
Wow.
So yeah, that $25K ain't doing nothing. It's paying like one payment. That's crazy. I mean, if there was
Yeah.
like for the month, that's crazy.
So
Dang.
Lauren says here, I can tell absolutely none of you read the legal documents published by Current Revolt, but it's simply not worth engaging with you. He's paying all of her legal fees. No, there are multiple cases going on. The $25K is going directly to the divorce lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe Lauren, she is very meticulous when it comes to her research from the videos I've seen of her. So, let's see what else is here.
It's cheaper to keep her. Oh wait, no, wrong one. It's
cheaper to keep her. That should be the tagline in any divorce. It's cheaper to keep her. That should be our red pill line. Oh my god, I love it. It's just the tagline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we already saw this. She is wanting to defend herself. Okay, and then Tim the tool man says, "You're wrong, Lauren." Blah 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 blah. All right. And then Jared Monroe says, "I stand by this text to Hillary Crowder, and you would too if you knew what I do. Release my NDA. Hashtag free Jared Monroe."
Here's the thing, right?
So making himself into a hashtag.
Oh God! When he went out of his way to quote tweet this particular text message, which we talked about earlier, if you knew what I knew, you would too. Go to the police. Well, now I don't know if he can because it's the middle of a divorce, and the cops may be like, take it up with your divorce lawyers. I don't know. But go to the police. Why do you give a shit about your NDA if these kids are possibly in danger? What is wrong with you?
Absolutely. Jay Schwalbuck says, women use kids as a tool. My brother-in-law had his 2 daughters living with him full-time because mom didn't want them, but she kept threatening to take them if he didn't pay her.
Oof.
Wow, what a nasty woman. But I like this. Bonehead is, why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it. Because it's worth it. Nick Ricada.
Maybelline.
Gabriel says cheaper to keep her is a red pill line. Oh. Oh.
Is it?
I have no idea, to be honest. I like it though. Oh wait, no. D-Day says cheaper to keep her is a blue pill line. Red pills just don't want to get married. Stay number 1 in your life, then number 3 married, number 1 government, number 2 woman, number 3. Oh gosh. Well, there you go. Blue pill line. All right, and then we have here, you had sent me this Hannah Cox. What a last name.
Cox.
She was replying to Lauren Southern when she said, no, Crowder asked Hillary to quit her job, move to Texas to support his career. That's why he has to fund his legal opponent, because she actively supported the creation of said wealth at his request. Do you not think being a stay-at-home mom or wife is an important job? Is it worthless? And that's why, like, when people bring up, like, women don't deserve anything, when you do things like that for your husband, you give up your job to support your man. I agree. You should support her in the end, or at least until she gets up on her feet. Maybe do like what the military does when you leave the military, 2 years of school or something. Maybe help
Oh,
with
yeah,
the job, get you integrated back into society. Depends on the leave, of course. But I think that would be more appealing than just forever supporting her. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts in this situation. Women who are actually working still and want everything, no, you can go suck a doorknob. Anywho.
Sit on a Lego. Go
Sit on a Lego. Yeah,
on
step
a
on it and put it up your
Lego.
butthole. So Hannah says they only support stay-at-home trad wives when they're under the thumb. When the woman is abused or mistreated and takes action to leave the relationship, they think she should be financially stripped of all resources. If you ask your partner to be a stay-at-home mom, you are signing yourself up to be her provider, even if things don't work out, because she is still taking the career hit to provide you a service. If you don't want to have to provide for someone who has dumped you, probably treat her really well and don't give her a reason to leave, or don't push for an inequitable relationship in the first place.
Oh,
I mean, I agree in that, because hey, if it was the other way around and say, like I had the career, I asked Mark, I need you to quit your job and help me be a YouTuber, and I wanted to leave him, guess what? Equality, beaches. I would expect me, especially because I asked him to be here, to pay him. So, and I would.
Yeah.
It is okay.
Like-
honestly, D-Day, it is a career hit depending on what you do.
Oh, you mean like as a career before becoming? Yeah, I mean, depending. Yeah.
Like if I was in X-ray and I quit for 6 years, I couldn't go back to X-ray because my license expired. I would have to go back to school. I would have to do an exam. And then God knows how that's
for it
gonna
all over
take.
again.
Yes. And that is a huge hit for me. So, if you were climbing up the corporate ladder and they're like, why is there a blank 6 years on your resume?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a hit. It is a career hit. And, when you're in love, you will do anything for your person, I think, especially like seeing how his career went. It was worth it for them at the time when they were together. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that she deserves to get paid out as a stay-at-home wife or mom? Or how do you feel about those
Yeah.
issues?
I agree with what she's saying. I don't know that I agree necessarily, like, even if things don't work out, because that's where the child support and alimony comes, that then it goes to the children, and then she is grown up and she can go to work and then provide that part of it, right? I don't know what she quite means by that. The way I read it is, well, even if things don't work out, like, you still have to pay for her house and all this stuff. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, depending on the situation. But no, I agree with what she's saying as a whole. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I see what she's saying too, where she's like, they only support the trads. And then once they're like, nope, we're getting out of here. Like, we all saw that viral clip from whatever. He was like, just endure. I'm sorry, what? What? No.
I do think
Not
that
every circumstance needs that.
if a wife and husband are always fighting in a house, that's not healthy for your kids either, to grow up in that,
Yeah.
So,
But then there's ways around it too. Like, we are adults, you can be cordial with each other. And if you can't be cordial with each
absolutely.
other, then get a medium to make you be
Yes.
cordial
Well,
with
and
each
that's what
other.
hopefully the court process will bring for them. Darian says, but the equality never works in family court. Well, and that's where you get the good lawyers to
Yeah.
hopefully do things for you. I'm just giving my personal public opinion. I'm obviously not a lawyer. I don't know anyone in this case, but what I do is very different from what normal, we'll say majority women do.
Now, DJ Direwolf says it's fair for her to have some money, yes, but not 50-50. She didn't participate in things he did. In this particular case, she did. She literally quit everything to move with him to a different state and raise his kids, their kids, on without working, period. She threw all of her career away, gave it up willingly, whatever, how she would describe it. He asked her to. He said, listen, babe, I really want to do this. I want you to come with me. I want to do this. Will you give up work, please, so I can focus 24 hours, 365, blah, 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 for the next 2 years and build this business and make us, whatever it was he said. And she said yes. So in this particular case, she did. I think, in my opinion, she participated 100%.
Absolutely.
100% in this particular case. Now, and not every case is this way, but yes, she did. She absolutely did. He asked her to. He sat her down and said, A, B, C, D. She participated with him. Somebody else in the chat said she participated with him in
one of his videos?
Older videos. But in the very beginning, she was part of his videos in the very beginning to help get everything traction or whatever it was. Like, So in this case, yes, she absolutely did. Not all the cases are like that. That's 100% correct. Yeah. And that's where that's up to a jury, question mark,
I guess, or the judge. I'm not really sure because I'm not aware of Texas court proceedings.
Yeah.
But either way, it sounds like as women, sorry, I'm making a joke. I want to fight for that. Like, is it equality or the moral standing of this relationship? And just given what we see from the outside, it seems like the right move to give her alimony. And if she does have the kids, majority of the time, child support. But I really do think the 50-50 model is the best way to go. And then if, say, Steven Crowder is too busy, then maybe you could do 70-30. I don't know. What's this here? Can you read it?
CJ says, again, how do you explain that Crowder's main complaint is that she had been doing nothing at all since the kids were born? I don't believe that for 1 second. Nothing at all.
That was just a smidgen of a video. That we
did
saw
everything
literally
while not
10
really
seconds.
doing everything.
We saw 10 seconds of their life.
Yeah, I'm like, that
she was pregnant. The kid wasn't
I
out yet.
I don't believe that for 1 second, to be honest, especially in the beginning. Maybe now that they're rich and famous, maybe they do hire nannies. He says they don't. They raise them all on their own, just like Ben Shapiro and Michael Knowles, all them say they do. They don't have any maids. They don't have anybody come in the house. Of course, we don't know. We're not there. I'm not a fly that could just fly around wherever I want to and hang out on the walls and be like, I don't know. But I don't believe for 1 second she's not doing nothing. I don't know even what that constitutes as. What? Instead of doing the laundry twice a week, she's now only doing it once a week. Is that doing nothing? I don't know. What does that constitute? Yeah. I'm not in that relationship. I don't know.
I don't know. If I were her, I would always, not her. If I was in that relationship, no matter which person I am, I would keep a maid. To be honest, not having to clean once a week is great.
And they may have a maid now. I don't know. I don't know enough about their relationship or about this. I thought this was done a long time ago. It's been over a year, for goodness sakes.
So apparently they had a nanny. Both CJ and J.H. Swalbach was saying that they had a nanny. So honestly, if I had twins, I would like the help to change 2 diapers at once. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, if my husband's not willing to do it, I guess I should hire a nanny.
Oh God. But this whole thing is very, very sticky. Very sticky.
Oh my God, the quartering got involved.
The quartering got involved. So let me read you this first. So Lauren Southern, of course, her and Pearl are obviously not besties.
No.
I offered my husband full shared custody with absolutely no strings. So she's talking about her own divorce stuff now with her husband. If you guys want to, Lauren did a video. I'm sure Pearl has done many videos on this, as well as Rolo. Who to believe? The truth is mixed somewhere in that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I personally with everything when it comes to a breakup, everything with a grain of salt. He's been offered over a dozen times to partake in mediation to visit his children. He rejected it. Perhaps talk about things you know about Pearl. And then Pearl's like, give me his number, Lauren. I'll verify. I'm sure you have all the details correct.
What a nut job.
Why would you
Oh my
even
God.
offer that? That's freaking weird. Like, give me his number.
Oh my God. It sounds like she's looking for a new man. There was also, and I don't know if you have it pulled up, so I may be getting ahead of myself, but there was also at some point Pearl was like, she could just get a job. And I'm like, okay, which one do you want, Pearl? Do you want women to not work, or do you want them to work? You can't have it both ways, ma'am. Oh my God. Anyway,
I think that's the hard part about being in today's world, and the whole tradcon doesn't, like, especially if you live in the city and you're just like an average Joe, an average Jane, you can't afford to live. So you do need dual income in order to even buy a home. Now, if you do live in the country, you might be able to swing it. I've seen homes in the States for like $150,000, which is like a steal.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And
as long as
then
it's
like
in a good neighborhood.
yeah, well, that's true. And then you go to like freaking California and a shoebox is like $1.5 million.
Oh God.
Which is
it's
insane.
awful.
Oh, I didn't know this. Damien says Pearl is doing a documentary on divorce, and she has witnessed various lies that women tell during divorce. She's learned to not to automatically trust, which is smart. Like I said, everything with a grain of salt. We don't know who's telling the truth. The truth is somewhere between two people.
Listen, she's doing a documentary in divorce, so she's witnessing various lies that women tell, blah, blah, that's great. Is she only seeking those divorce cases out? I'll bet you my check she is. I'll bet you my paycheck that I don't have anymore, but I'll bet it to you anyway, that she's going only to the divorces where the women comes out on top. Well, what did she lie about? Blah, blah. I bet you anything. She's not being biased at all. She may throw a bone in there. Well, there was this one case, but that's the exception, not the general rule. Blah, blah, blah. I bet you $100. And listen, I come from a family where my mother was this woman, okay, in the divorce, okay? So I get it. Women can be nasty, and they are nasty in divorces. I come from it. I get it.
Well, have you ever seen a woman scorn? It doesn't even matter if it's divorce, a breakup. Some people are so evil during a breakup. Yeah. They will literally drag a person's name through the mud in order to get on top of them and stomp them in their face. I'm talking about metaphorically stomping, not physically, okay? But yeah. Jay Schwalbach, I love when you bring up your wife. I've been with my wife since October 1980. 2 kids, everything good, but I do a lot of loans. I've seen it all. Loans to who? Curious. I don't trust Pearl's research skills, in all honesty.
I really don't at this point.
Like, if she asked me for a Bark's number, I'd be like, no. That's weird. Why don't you go ask him yourself?
Oh my God. I had the audacity.
Yeah. Oh and then Lauren claps back and says, Pearl, you leaked Steven's court deposition that wasn't supposed to be public and didn't.
She did. I do remember that.
Address or info. Why would I give you any info about my personal life? Also, why would you state I'm hiding my child when you just admitted to not knowing any details?
That's right. I forgot. That's right. The nanny. That's all coming back to me now. I remember when she did that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I mean, Pearl I feel like she's been very, what's the word for it? She's not nitpicky with the details to be careful about this sort of stuff. Smooth says Pearl is terrible at researching. Some of her things are outdated by the time she publishes her own research. Wow.
My favorite part, and we've talked about this before, my favorite part is like, okay, well, this is the statistic she's throwing out, right? And you're like, okay, well, me personally, I'm never hearing this stuff before. I'm like, well, I want to look that up. Can't find it. Where is this study? Where did you find this study? Please.
Yeah,
give
she
me
can never
sources.
pull up the study.
can
That's the one.
never
This is
pull it
why I
up.
don't go, oh my God, statistically speaking, this and this and this happened. I have a pea brain. I don't remember things. So I'm not going to be like, this is the statistic. Okay, trust me, bro. Trust me.
I cannot. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is also facts. 100%.
Well, I mean, she is
Okay,
making
continue.
bank from the engagement that she's doing, to be fair.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that could be talked about later. But in any case, I don't know. It looks like in the end, most people on our poll said, whose side are you on? No one's. Steven's side is winning compared to Hillary with 20% and Hillary with 7%. So it looks like this chat is pro Steven if we don't count the no ones and unsure. I don't know. I'm always team kids. I don't think either or that happens with Hillary or Steven really matters. So
Yeah. On the and at the end of it all, it's just at the end of it all, the kids is what going to suffer here. So that's awful.
it is. And I hope that they get cordial. I want them to be cordial because I feel so bad.
Oh, that ship has sailed. That ship has 110% sailed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, I guess should we go on to the next topic, which is the thottery on Twitch.
Oh god. Apparently Twitch update. She's like, Twitch updated its agreements. I'm like, oh god, what now?
Yes. So there was a recent new meta. Oh, wait, let me get the super chat first before we go. Jason Webster for 5 Australians says, X-Ray Girl, my voice is like an Australian Sean Connery. Broad with a slight lisp. Does anyone want a Sean Connery broad with a slight lisp? An Australian accent.
Take a while.
Wow. All right. So now we're going to thoughts, butts, and boobs. We're going on a lighter note. So there's a new meta where.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Anyways, so girls are wearing green tops and booty shorts and using it as a green screen to show their gameplay on it.
What?
Or a Trump rally in this case.
All right. You know what? I'm done. Y'all have a good night. That's enough internet for me today. I'm out. Also, I'm really mad that I did not think of that first. That's genius. That's genius.
Is it genius? Like, I feel like it's
genius.
Like here's the article here, where a girl is playing Fortnite and you can see on her booty shorts the game.
I'm sorry, but that's genius. Oh, that's so clever.
I mean, it might be an old meta, but it's resurfacing. I didn't know. Okay, I came to the internet in 2020.
Corey.
Well,
oh my god, that's disgusting.
I'm sure if you just go to Hot Tub Streams, you can find it.
Oh, we love Can Man, CJ. We love Can Man.
God. Well, okay, which meta is more gross that we found out? We have the ASMR. We have this. We have the black boxes. What else?
ASMR. I can't
I think that the stuff where they actually like the binaural headphones that are like ears and they're like, you know, as if they're sucking a D.
Oh, ASMR is awful. The only ASMRs I can tolerate are the cleaning, like the restocking and cleaning ones. I like
cooking. Those are so fun. Anyways, we're very different.
That's
people.
the worst meta. And then the other one, this isn't a Twitch thing, but the other one is like those NPCs. Bananas.
Hot dog, yum. Oh god, I forgot about that.
It goes those people and then the ASMRs.
Yeah. See, I could deal with nail clicking on
Oh, I
plastic.
can't do it anymore. I took my.
That's at least you know, I could see people liking it, but when it's like full on sex in the ear, oh, on a children's
The nails.
website.
What gets me with the nails clicking on plastic, like it started out as just an ASMR where you're like whispering and you're clicking on it, like whatever. Now it's like, oh, look at this new product I got. Clickety click, clickety click. Why? Why are you clicking? What is why? Why?
I've
Stop
never
it.
seen that. Thank God.
Oh, I do. Oh my God. These girls are like, let's unbox my Ulta haul. And they pull out their makeup and their their nails. And you're like, why? What are you doing that for? Stop it.
I guess this is Morgue Pie. I don't know who she is, but apparently she's
There you go, chat.
I'm sure she's
Good luck.
popular. The Cajun Corey, this is where you find it. So oh my God, in 2021, that was when the hot tub meadow happened. I forgot.
Oh,
Where
God, it's
streamers
been
were
3 years already.
3 years. Twitch played ball after a brief controversy where a hot tub streamer was demonetized without warning. Blah 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 blah. We get the idea. So the arms race between sexy entrepreneurs and Twitch is back with a vengeance in 2024. First up, Twitch had to step in and add implied nudities to its list of sexy no-nos after streamers were bending the rules with their black bars that gave the impression of nakedness. While most streamers have labeled this content appropriately with the sexual themes and wearing clothes behind the object or outside the camera frame, for many users, the thumbnails of this content can be disruptive to their experience on Twitch. Which, okay, sure. But I'd argue that if you have the sexual themes label active, you'd probably be okay with having your experience on Twitch disrupted by themes like this. Isn't the entire point of turning it on?
Speaking of sexual themes, though, we have 69 people watching. So
but,
good job, guys.
We have here, it's official, guys. Twitch has cracked down on this. So when needed, we make updates to our rules to capture those shifts in behavior so it's clear to the community what is allowed. So Twitch bans streams with prolonged focus on intimate body parts. Oh,
I love how Twitch created this in the first place, and now they're like, oh God.
Well, and they allowed it. Because that's the problem. If you give a sliver, they'll take a mile, right?
Yeah.
And who was it? Amaranth? Was it Amaranth? One of those Twitch thoughts says that Twitch is a huge funnel to their OF. So why not? I understand why they do it. Do I like it? No, because there's children on Twitch. And you can easily, like, how many times when the hot tub meta was out that it was on there featured, like, on the front page?
Oh, every time I logged in, every time I went to the main Twitter page, I had one. I still get Amaranth on my page. I'm like, stop it.
Like, I don't want to see her. Okay? I've never run into any of her streams. Why do you think I need this?
Leave me alone. But yeah, they're all over every time I log into the main Twitter page, it's like, it's either the people doing the weird ASMR thing, or it's the girlies with no clothes on, or it's the girlies that sleep. Although that one I can't really judge all that much because at least you have clothes on and you're sleeping. So gay.
Yeah. So let's go here. Since the launch of the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category on Twitch, many streamers have gone viral with various unique ways of changing up their content and fitting into trending metas. What's this? This reads like we may have cracked down on THOTTERY, but Amaranth is still okay. Well, this is Dexter 2's website. The category often features blah, blah, blah. March 27th, Twitch revealed that they're banning content that includes prolonged focus on intimate body parts. Our community guidelines are designed to help make Twitch a welcoming place. Content on Twitch is always evolving, and we want to make sure our rules work as intended and keep up with emerging behaviors, the company said in a tweet. I'm just going to let you finish typing. Sorry.
Sorry.
When needed, we make updates to our rules to capture those shifts in behavior so it's clear to the community what's allowed. All right. They went into detail as of March 29th, 2024. Content that focuses on intimate body parts for a long period of time will no longer be allowed on the platform. Now, I've seen so much content where the camera is up their hoo-ha while they're laying down on a bed. It took them a very long time, and it took this green screen meta in order for them to enact this, which is wild to me.
Which is so interesting to me because objectively speaking, is this objectively? I don't know. Maybe it's personally speaking. Out of all of it, this is probably not the worst thing. The green screens on a, you know what I mean? The
covered
camera
booty.
Up the hoo-ha. Yeah, the camera up the hoo-ha is definitely worse.
Yeah, they didn't even green screen it.
It's definitely worse.
Oh my God. Or any of those hot tub metas where they're like, oh my God, I need to reach for the mouse and show you my cleavage.
Just reach for the mouse.
Wow, I'm getting called out here. Southeastern country.
Oh no, you're going to get memed. They're going to Photoshop all the things.
Are you ready to put Fortnite on this beauty? It is so slutty. Dragon's Dogma. I'm going to play this here. Get ready. Get ready. But
oh my God.
I think this should have happened back in the hot tub times. Like, I don't know. Would like a school uniform, like where you're like your pants can't be any shorter than this, or what? I don't know. It is tough. It is tough to put your foot down, but it should have been down way earlier. The black boxes meta should have been the definite, because that's insinuating you're naked.
Yeah.
And that's freaking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put my Genshin Impact streams on my top. All my waifus are all over me when I get to Luke out. Put Jay's lawnmower sim. Guys, you guys want that? I can do that. We can do a fun Twitch meta stream just for fun.
You can do all the things, get a black, like you're still wearing a shirt, but you do the black box over your shirt.
Like, wrong meta today. Wrong meta today. Oh God. Yeah. I don't understand why everyone needs to do it, but God, it makes me think back to the times when I don't know if Blab still does it, where she watches Kick Thoughts, and they kind of just like make fun of it. And I was shocked at some people's stuff they do.
Listen, I get told all the time in my chats, we'll be talking about something and people will comment and they'll be like, oh no, have you gone to the just chatting section of Twitch? Because it's wild in there. And I'm like, absolutely not. And I'm not going now. I'm good.
I kind of want to check it out now. Just for fun.
These girlies.
All right. Browse. Do I go into browse? Just chatting.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Let's just take a gander for fun. For funsies. All right. So we have Gran Hermano in Vivo. I don't know what that means. Nickelodeon Goo. It's looking pretty innocent so far.
Well, thank God.
Oh, little conversation here. She looks cute. She's pretty covered. Oh, there we go. THOTTERY.
There's one.
Over there. One. This looks like a circle jerk. I don't know. That's really.
I don't know what's going on.
Why is that guy topless? Okay, so we found one thought out of how many? That's not too bad, actually. I thought there'd be more.
Well done. Maybe I should go to my just chatting and see what happens, because I get recommended all those stupid, weird sleeping videos.
This is weird. Whatever this is, I don't understand. Yeah, I'm not seeing that many hoes.
That person should also be made to put clothes on. I'm just saying.
All right. I want to see yours.
Let me see.
Try Kick. I'm sure Kick will have more.
Oh, Melanie's live.
Yes, she is.
Shh. Whoopsies. Sorry.
All right. Here we go. Just chatting on Kick. All right. So far, very tame. There seems to be a lot of diversity in Kick.
They're
Oh,
so
there we
proud.
go.
Oh, there's one.
I'm officially a mom. This does not
Oh.
indicate that you're a mom.
I see no baby. I'm so confused.
Yeah. God, this guy looks like he's driving a white van. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
boy.
Another Twitch thought or kick thought. So there's 2 kick thoughts. Oh, 3.
Oh.
There are way more kick thoughts. They're all in kick.
Oh, it's because Twitch is making them not do it.
That's
They're
true.
jumping ship.
All right, we got 3 thoughts
right, ready?
versus 1. Okay, I want to see yours.
All right, here we go.
Just
First, we
chatting
have the
differs
thought-
by gender. Oh,
we
really?
We have the biggest of thoughts, Miss Melanie Mack. Everybody go tell her hi. We have this one. This one, I don't know if you could tell on your share screen, but she is, that top is, there's a lot of trust in the top this one has on. Let me see if I can zoom in without getting in trouble. She is all boobs. So we have one thought here. There's one here. This one is speed dating with AI, and the AI is a thoughty. Let's go to the just chatting and see. I want a sleep stream. Give me a sleep stream. Come on.
A este directo
Whoa.
y hermana, yo como que grabándola, no sé si se nota que me doy cuenta, me percato de que si
Why are you not muted? Okay, there we go. Jeez, wait.
Oh, I thought that
Okay.
was me. I was like, who the
Look
heck
at
is
this guy's wearing a diaper on his head. I
Ew.
don't know what that is. A swim cap? I don't know what that is. That one looks thottery just because of the title. Let's see. Oh, there's one. An AI one.
Oh,
there's a
you
creepy
have way
clown.
more thoughts. You're right.
I don't know why. There's no sleeping girls though. Dang it. This one's
Okay.
got a lollipop.
I did open a guest tab to see if I could find some thoughts. Because if chat's right about the algorithm, this could affect it, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I'm not logged in.
Listen, I don't know why my just chatting listen. Oh wait, no. Just chatting differs. Listen, I get them. I get them all the time. One time I had amaranth on my For You.
What
my
the
For You
heck
page.
is that?
Oh my god.
Sorry. Oh my god. That's
Oh
a
my
booty.
God. If she
You can
was
green screen
sleeping.
that.
Amaranth was sleeping. This is how I knew about the sleep streams. And there were 15,000
Just
people
sleeping?
watching her.
Oh, here. She
Yes.
definitely looks like a thought. I'm sorry. She
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. She's on
Look,
mine too,
this
just
guy's a
on.
thought. I don't want to look at him, so I'm going to scroll. Thought.
Oh, there's my. Yep.
Any other thoughts here?
This makes
Thought.
me depressed for the human race. Oh my god.
Milk Maiden.
Oh my god.
Wow. Thought. Yeah, there's more thoughts when I go genderless. I think this is a thought. I can't tell.
That's a 50-50 one there. Oh, Lordy.
I got fined $1,161. I wonder why.
For your thottery. No, just
For her thoughterry. Yeah, there are definitely more. Oh, thought. Kind of a thought, but I'm not hating on that. She's still more
50-50
covered up
on
than some of these people. What the heck?
Corey says to log into Mark's account.
Well, there's the weird circle jerk guys again.
How many
So there we
people are
go.
watching them?
Watching those
doing?
guys?
Yeah.
3.2K. It's Spanish, so it says mañana. Here, I don't know how to say this. Mañana something legend.
Well, mañana is tomorrow. I can't see the rest of the words. Interesting.
With la jornada. CJ says, I'm afraid to check Mark's spank bank. Why? Why? I don't want to know. But in any case, I'm happy with these changes. I think that it's great that Twitch is starting to change up some of the stuff, and I'm hoping it's safer for kids not to go down the corn route so early in life. I know, at some point they're going to get exposed to it, but I think that there should be some sort of protecting kids from falling into the Twitch trap and then the OF route, because it's very easy to, when you get people like Amaranth humping a microphone, or licking it.
Or sleeping in lingerie.
Yeah, like that's pretty weird.
Oh my god. I have my channel marked as 18 plus just because the games are just crazy and sometimes you sassy people in the chat get sassy. And
Sassy.
I usually dress like this or in my pajamas, which are also old people pajamas. So
Oh, all right. So I do have a couple other videos. We'll go with this one here. On a lighter note, so this guy says if height matters, then weight matters. I kind of tend to agree with this, even though I don't like the idea of it, but makes sense. All right.
Height matters.
It definitely does.
It does? You said height matters.
It does.
All right, and weight matters, so step on the scale.
Weight matters, but if you're not strong enough to carry me, then bye-bye.
All right, then let's see.
No, I don't want to do that. That's scary as fuck.
Why? You're judging guys based on height, so I'm judging you based on weight.
Sorry, music. Now, I don't think if you meet a girl, you should automatically say, step on a scale.
no, wait a minute. If you guys are demanding that we do DNA tests for the babies that are being born, then absolutely, we should be able to bring measuring tapes. Y'all should be able to bring
Your
scales.
scales. We should be able to bring our little measuring tape to see how big it is, and then check your tummies and your bank accounts. So I'm kidding. We're kidding.
She didn't even like the wild part is at least from what I could see, she didn't look fat or anything. She looked pretty.
No, she's not a big girl. I don't think she particularly has a attractive physique or a face either. I'm trying to. That's a very awful still of her.
Me. I've been there, girl. I've been.
But
there.
she also looks like she's very aggressive too. Like when she's like, bye bye, I was like, excuse me?
Might as well have your medical records. Yeah, just bring your medical records.
Yeah, can you bring your SIN card as well, or your social security number and your credit report and your bank statements, please and thank you.
F it. Just F it. Let's go balls to the wall. It just everybody's bringing everything. We're bringing measuring tapes and bank account passwords. Or we're gonna need those. You guys are gonna bring the scales. That's a DNA
yeah,
testing.
I think you know what? I'm for this equality. I'm down for this. If we get to this pettiness, I think it brings it out into the open. I'd rather be truthful than lie about stuff. But that's just me. But of course, normal, general women, probably not so much. But I agree with this guy's sentiment that, you know, you want a girl who is not afraid to be able to face her truths as well. Because if someone wants to lie about their weight and continually lie, is that a trait that you want in a person? Probably not. So, yeah, she's absolutely standoffish from the get-go. And I do like this. It basically shows the double standards.
Yeah. That's definitely the whole point.
Because it's always been a double standards on a female's part, because she wants all these physical traits, but she doesn't bring the same thing to the table. And that's why, I don't know, I dated a lot of tall people, you know, with the whole like 6'6" thing. You know, first thing you notice, of course, is height. And did I like dating them? No, because they come with sometimes a lot of ego. And I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather someone who's just more down to earth. And if they're literally closer to earth, then that's better for me than, you know, mentally and physically. I'd rather have someone who's nice than someone who is a big a-hole. But
you big a-hole.
So it says, imagine being tall, athletic, and earning six figures. But are they nice? That, like, really, are they nice?
Listen, tall, athletic, and earning six figures. I mean, you know, a lot of those people are a hot mess express. Look at you, NBA. Those guys are tall and athletic and earn six figures at least, and they are a hot mess.
Yeah. Jason's like, I'm going out. I'll get my keys, wallet, bank statements, social security number. Oh, and dating profile.
Don't forget the scale.
Yeah. Don't forget to bring the scale. You need to measure the weight of the girl. Oh God. And then you probably have to check their social media. You know, you got to be like a detective, like girls are. Check their social media, see what they posted, see who their friends are, see if their friends posted about them. Some girls really do that sort of stuff, and that is wild to me. I don't go that deep into like a social media check. I do the whole, I check your profile. Is there anything on your profile that's foul? No? Okay, cool. Because I'd rather know the real you. Wow, CJ's calling out the chicks in Miami. Has more plastic than your credit card. Oh. Yeah. Well, and yes, Jonathan, the 6-figure thing is ridiculous, as the average man in the US makes $38K a year. And that's why I remember when we were in Access Vegas, when talking about stats. Now, Michael knows his stats. So I tend to believe him, when he brings up information. And that's like what? How many people are in the 100K range and up? Was it like 10,
I don't remember what he
15%?
said now. Yeah, it wasn't very high. I just don't remember what he said exactly.
It was definitely more than 10%, though. I just remember because I thought it was way less. So
I think we all thought it was like 5%.
yeah.
And yeah.
I think, Ryan, yes, women want not just a rich lifestyle, but that is security for future, because now we're not looking at just physical traits like back in the day of hunter-gatherers. You wanted a big guy who was strong, fast, can get the kills to feed you, but that's not what we're exactly looking for. The better barometer is your bank account, at least for that. And yet you still want the physical traits as well. It's like that list just keeps getting longer of what a man needs, but then you're not allowed to do that with a woman as a man, because that's misogynist. So
Misogyny.
What's this? Still get upset when you ask their body count? Oh wait, maybe there was something up ahead.
I think he's just saying the girls still get upset. Yeah.
Fresh and Fit have asked thousands of women. All of them want 100K. And this is where we said that houses in Miami are going to be more expensive because it's a city. And they don't want to move from the city. And yet, so they need the idea. Like that one chick with the pink jumpsuit. Do you remember? She's like, they need to have like 6 million.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, Lord. To live in Vegas, maybe? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also do think that she probably would be happy being alone rather than being with someone who doesn't make that much, to be fair.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you don't need that much to live. I mean, it depends on where you're living in the city. Like, the city itself is fine. It's the 5-bedroom mansions and going out to dinner for high-end sushi and having Gordon Ramsay cater to you and whatever. That gets expensive.
Yeah.
Going out every night for drinks,
Ooh, so a girl wanted a 5'8" Latin dude making 90K and it came out to less than 0.78%. Remember the delusion calculator, guys? Remember that?
Yeah, that was a good time.
This is a good time. I feel like we need to bring that back because that was fun.
It was fun.
What's this? So my full quote. You go ahead.
My full quote was, women always make excuses for their preferences, but then shame men for theirs, like body count. Ah, yes. That's correct.
I honestly don't want to know Mark's body count. I have no desire to know. I don't want to know how many vajishis he's been in.
And then we'll have to kill them. No, joke. It was a joke, YouTube. Calm down.
I don't want to compare.
Yeah, then you're like, was it better than mine?
It's just like things you don't need to know. I know like his major relationships that he's had in his life, but he apparently was a little bit of a Romeo type character after his first breakup. So whatever that means. And like I said, I don't want to know.
Oh gosh.
But what? Yes, Eddie, I agree with this. Body count matters after the wedding. It better be one. Okay. Only one. Unless you're one of those swinger couples, which really weird to me, but hey, to each their own. Pre-approved by other women is a good thing for women, hive mind and all. I think I would rather. I mean, well, for one, I have never met a virgin dating, like serious dating. So I don't know if that's even like a possibility. It's kind of like saying, I only want to marry a virgin. How many virgins are going to be out there, to be honest? Oh, it's not going to be many. So I don't know. I just want to make sure you're a good person. There's a lot of questions I need answered. Okay. They've already been answered, to be fair. So
X-ray girl brought her scale.
I did bring my scale, and he brought his So I brought my measuring tape, and he brought the scale.
There you go.
Oh God. CJ says 1/3 of men under 30 are virgins. Well, then I never met anyone when I was dating that was a virgin. And I stopped dating by 30, okay? I don't know. Maybe I just didn't look in that pool very well.
What? Is this true? Is this factual? I don't know. You might hear some argument from CJ.
Born again. Born again. That doesn't count.
But if that's the case,
yeah. And I do believe, male virgins are more common now. But also I'm in my closer to mid-30s than I'd like to admit. But hey, that's a different ball game than the 20-year-olds now, right?
Yeah, our mid-30s. I'm high 30s at this point.
Oh my God, I don't hang out with Chads. What the heck? You don't know me in real life, CJ. Oh God. You should see the board game parties I used to have with my Asian friends.
Oh,
I know. Especially when I started doing X-ray, I really did love going to board game cafes and being extra Asian because I never embraced my Asian side, honestly.
Does that include eating a dog?
No, that was always my whole life.
Poor X-ray girl's neighbors are like, I knew it.
I knew. But I will say, yes, Mark is a Chad.
Mark is.
I don't know. Did you know a lot of virginal men when you were dating? Because I feel like
not. I mean, when we were younger, obviously, but no.
Yeah. And then when I went to,
I don't think any of the guys I knew were virgins, except when we were kids. But that I would hope so. That doesn't count.
Wow. D-Day says, sadly, most men in history never had sex. Not until marriage became a thing. Then feminism happened and slowly started getting back to how things were. Is this factual, D-Day Darwolf? I would like to get the statistics on this. I would like to get the statistics.
I don't know. I've played Red Dead Redemption. I don't know.
You think it's true? Red Dead?
No, Red Dead Redemption, you can just fool around with everybody.
Not that we don't want to do our own research. We could, but you're bringing up information now. So if I'm asking, it's because you guys brought it up first. But anyways, let's see here. Should we end up on a girly note, or should I bring up the... Let's end up on a girly note. I thought this was a weird trend on TikTok. I'm not a fan of it, but
like the girl dinner. I love girl dinner.
This is just the TikTok version of an Instagram meal that you post in your stories.
This is my meal.
Girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
I call it girl dinner.
Oh my God, that's annoying AF.
This is my meal.
Why is this a trend?
Okay, so this is the background. The song is annoying. It is annoying, but it's trended a while ago, and I think it's picking back up again, but it trended a while ago because a girl asked, she was like, all right, do I don't think men understand what we do for food, the girl dinner. She's like, my husband goes out with his guys or he's working late or whatever. And the only thing I ask him is that, are you coming home from dinner? Yes or no? For dinner, yes or no? And he'll be like, no. I'm like, good. I'm just gonna have girl dinner. And he legit was like, what the fudge is girl dinner? And it's stuff like this where we just kind of forage through the kitchen and we make, and don't tell me you've never done this. We make a plate of the most random crap. You're like, strawberries sound good. Yeah, cheese, or I want some crackers. That's a girl dinner. I don't know why. So everybody in the comments
dinner.
everybody in the comments was kind of talking about, oh yeah, like I'll sit there, be munching on like a cracker, and I'm like, oh, I'll make this, and it makes 0 sense. Like, my girl dinner is popcorn and wine. Oh, you're not gonna be home for me to cook? You don't want me to cook dinner? I'm having popcorn. That's my girl dinner. We literally just throw stuff together, and leftovers are leftovers. It's not leftovers. I don't know how to explain
feels like it. It kind of feels like that.
So it's just like, like a free-for-all dinner. Exactly. So your mom's girl dinner is just the eggs, right? That's, unless she's like cooking it, but I don't know. It's this weird thing. Anyway, that's girl dinner. So the song was a girl that took on the original video and just kind of made up her own song. She was just being silly, and it took off as a sound. But yeah, everybody is a girl dinner. Girl dinner is us where we just literally throw random stuff. My friend Lindsay's girl dinner the other day, as we were leaving out the door, was macaroni and like a little to-go cup of macaroni and cheese. That's what she ate for dinner.
So
it's not like a proper meal. It's not like a proper meal. It's like a plate of little snacks. Yeah,
I just think it's funny that was a thing, and I was like, that it's just called scavenging your fridge. It's not girl dinner. They need titles for everything sometimes on TikTok.
I was like, oh my God. And some of them, if you go to the trend or you start seeing it now on your guys' For You pages, on your social media, apologies, because now we brought it up to you all. And
and now the internet has listened to you. And
girls do. Like, we're hungry. We know we need to eat, right? But we don't want to do dinner. We don't want to like a whole meal. Like, when I was single, I lived off of freaking popcorn and like cheese. Because I just didn't feel like cooking. I worked all day. I got home, like, if I didn't have any leftovers to just reheat really quickly, I was like, nah, we're gonna have some popcorn and some cheese.
God,
girl dinner.
What was your last girl dinner?
Usually I do my girl dinners when Duke's at work, so it was popcorn. I was watching rom-coms and having popcorn.
I haven't had a girl dinner in a long time, if that's the case. Yeah. I go on my plan, and I've been eating specifically that just so that I wouldn't binge.
Yeah.
It's working so far. I'm losing the weight, so yeah.
But that's girl dinner.
I
great.
I think it's a cute idea, but I don't know if I'd make a TikTok about my sad dinner like that. It just looks really sad.
Girl dinner,
like really.
Oh, it was funny. The song does get annoying after a while, but it's really funny. Cereal.
I was like, I have to mute this. I can't believe I had it at like somewhat loud volume and still annoying.
I love that. I thought it was cute, and then like some there were like stitches of like guys making kind of teasing us, and they just grab like, I don't remember the one guy I saw. He grabbed like an entire jar of like pickles and was like, girl dinner, like trying to make fun of us. We're like, no, we've done that though. That's what we do. You nailed it.
We've done it. We have a couple super chats left. Nightmare for $2 to quote a wise Swede. Stupid thought Twitch. Or no, I messed it up. Stupid Twitch thoughts.
Wow. Who's the Swede?
I don't know. Adam?
Oh, I was gonna say, is the Swedish guy isn't PewDiePie Swedish?
I don't know.
Is he Swedish?
Oh, Nightmare says PewDiePie. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nightmare.
Yes.
I didn't know he was Swedish, to be honest. I was like, Adam Krigler? He's like almost Swedish now.
I think a guy's equivalent of girl dinner would be like a tortilla. Ooh. Or like Duke the other day was like, I don't know. I don't feel like waiting for you to make me food, so I'm just gonna have a piece of bread. I was like, okay. Girl dinner.
Smoo. XQC is French Canadian. He's even worse than a Canadian. Okay. I even judge him.
Oh no.
Jason Webster for 10 Australian says, I'm still getting over the V-Day stream with Charizarding and fluffing. Well, anyone is free to experiment in anything consensual. Just don't include under interests or hobbies on your resume. What's Charizarding and fluffing? I don't remember. Did we talk about it?
Yeah, we did. Honey, what's Charizarding again? You said it had a different name. Oh, dang it. He doesn't remember. I'm gonna Google it.
And fluffing. I remember what fluffing is.
I'm scared.
I'm
Oh,
just
you light the girl's hair on fire down there while having yeah.
Ew. That sounds
Yeah,
dangerous.
And the guy puts it out with
His
streams.
ew. A golden shower.
I don't know.
But like fireman style. You're burning. Shh. Oh, now you reminded yourself and us. Thanks, Jason. Oh my god, that was funny. All right, Tugs, anything coming up that you want to share with everyone in the chats?
Yes, I have my stream afternoons tomorrow, evenings, I guess. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. And then when Mr. Porkchop gets back from his trippy trip, we are going to discuss streaming together more because we had a lot of fun this morning. We played Phasmophobia with Cappy and Dan. And
How was
a lot of fun.
that?
It was fun.
Oh, good.
So I told him, I was like, well, when you get back from your trip, like we'll reconvene and figure something out. And yeah, so that might be happening. But yeah, normal streams. Easter is Sunday. So probably no stream.
Oh my god, it's a holiday Friday and a Monday. I totally blanked on
Friday.
that.
Yeah. Good Friday is Friday. And then Easter is Sunday, which is weird for me. I'm not used to Easter being in March. But what do I know? So I don't think I'll be streaming on Easter. We have plans, so we'll see. But yeah, that's me. My schedule's on my Twitch, so you guys can go see it.
Yeah. I will be live, I think, in the morning with Dragon's Dogma. We'll see. I was supposed to stream today, and I was just so tired. And I was like, I'm just going to research this very sad topic. And yeah, now here we are.
And take several naps.
Yes, I need to sleep. I'm so tired. But yeah, you can follow us everywhere. Links are in the description. Next week, we might have a guest. I'm still waiting for the confirmation.
Oh, on Tuesday.
Tuesday. So, yeah, well, more things to be announced. Check out our Twitter and our community section for that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chats, donations, and participation in the conversation. Or even if you're just lurking, then I appreciate that.
We love our lurkers. We love our lurkers.
We do. And we will see you guys next week. All right. Bye, everyone.